Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. Um, Mercury Retrograde's been playing havoc. Yes, I had two videos yesterday. One I actually put on YouTube. Nobody watched it. I'm like, why is nobody watching it? And so I'm checking all the settings. I don't know. I do know YouTube is something's going on there. Maybe it's Mercury retrograde or whatever. But if you subscribed, you may want to double check the subscriptions to your favorites and just double check that you're still subscribed to them. And for those of you who are subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you for joining in. It really helps. It keeps us all motivated. It helps the channel grow. So you've heard that all before. Speaking of hearing it all before, be careful with the bait and click news comments. I was just watching one where it said judge slaps Trump's attorneys. And so I read it and I go, it wasn't a slap, it was an objection, it was just legal. And so it's getting really sensationalized, not getting, it always is. So I feel like this is a really good time to take a deep breath and just go, ay, 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 nice. So Joe Biden announced his 2024 candidacy, and along with Kamala Harris. And for those who think, the polling's out and it says, I saw one poll, 70% of Americans say he's too old. Say another poll, 40%. Let's just go back. Let's just go back a little bit. I remember when he won the election, Kamala Harris and her husband, the first man, the first gentleman. I think it's just funny. And, and it shouldn't be, but I do. Anyway, they're in an interview and they're laughing. They're together having a good time laughing. And I think back on the previous 4 years, I go, was there anything funny? Was there any, well, I mean, the only thing that was slightly funny that I can think of was the fly on Pence's head. But other than that, it was just awful. So just for the change in tone, I'm like, how could you not vote for this guy? Oh, then you can look at all that he's done. And it's huge. And yes, it's not without some criticism, right? He's spending too much, possibly. We don't know yet. We'll find out. This, that. Let's just breathe in what a really good 4 years Joe Biden has put on the table. It's been nice. It's been nice. So, so he's announcing a new run. Yay, yay, yay. And some people are going, too old, too old, too old. I'm going, well, who do we have? Bernie said, I'm supporting him. So that's good. Bernie's not running, because then it'd be 3 old people running. I don't know. Is Trump really going to make it? Is he? It's like, I was watching, he can't even string a sentence together. Anyway, I want to go on. I'm reading Heather Cox Richardson's Letters to the Americans. She does a great job of summarizing things. I've told this before. But I wanted to read on his new, where is it? His new campaign advisor, whatever that term is. And it is, oh, there it is. Thank you. Julia Chavez Rodriguez. Did you hear my sloppy Latino accent? I took Spanish for 4 years plus, and I still can't get the accent. I am so bad with languages. Maybe the reason I'm so bad with languages is because I keep saying I'm so bad with languages. Maybe I should say I'm so good with languages. And hola, I'll be talking in Spanish in no time. All right. Rodriguez, I can't roll my R's, is a granddaughter of the union activist Cesar Chavez. And when I was living in Central California, Senor Chavez, can say that, he has his, I can't remember what, a museum or his house. It's a national monument. It's what it is. And I'm driving by it one day at 150 miles an hour, and I see it off the side of the road, but I was already way gone. I was way past it. So the next time I went on that road, and I think it's the same road where Jimmy Dean died, James Dean, and I kept going, and there's Cesar Chavez, National Monument or something, national something. So I pulled over and I stopped, and I went, it's beautiful. What nice grounds. I mean, I was like, the energy was very, very calming. I loved it. And and I'm going to get into this a little bit. I am going to get into cards. Hang on. What a fighter for the American worker. And we now have the Republicans putting forth their budget and stripping away so many things for the worker. And the contrast is night and day. Fly on the head, no fly on the head. So let's dig into, I don't necessarily want to read on her because I think, when you're a politician, you're kind of fair game. She's doing her job. She's got a job. She's going to do it. And it sounds like, from what this article says, it's where is it? Someone said that, by a colleague said, she just gets shit done. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And so what was she before that? She was the former director of the White House Office of Intergovernmental Affairs. Maybe we have too many staffers, because if you have to create a title that's that long, maybe there's just too many. Kind of like in the university system. There's more staffers than there are students. How is that possible? Saw that on Bill Maher. We're in crazy land. Anyway, speaking of crazy land, back to me in the cards. Let's take a look at how this Biden campaign is going to go. And I think I'm going to switch decks. I'm going to use my Los Skedibo deck. How is the Biden campaign going to go? Somebody was saying, you know, what's he going to do? Is he going to get out on the trail? And the guy goes, he's just going to do his job. He's going to do his job till like next year, and then he's going to get out on the trail. But what he's doing now is saying, look what we did. Pay attention to what we passed and see how it's good for America. So it's not like, I mean, you can argue that, yeah, the debt is too high. Let's fix it next budget. And the Republicans' budget is like, Matt Gaetz has got his little fingers. You could tell I was struggling for a word there. His little fingers in it. Oh, jeez. This guy hasn't worked a day in his life. Hasn't worked a day in his life. I mean, if you think like waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning and going to the gym and then going to Congress is hard work, I'm sorry. Go be a roofer. Work in the iron foundry. And then he wants to pull away some of those restrictions for people whose bodies are broken. Sorry. Rant. Sorry. Okay. How is Biden's campaign going to go? How is the campaign going to go for re-election? Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer waters. It's what I was saying. But is that what this card is saying? We are moving on to calmer waters. Certainly, the rhetoric seems to be tapped down a little bit, doesn't it? So maybe we're moving on. This is an assistance card. Can you help me out here? Come on, let me help you out. Let's get you to a better place. I think that's what it is. It's being challenged by, that's it. Temperance? I got to look at this card. Sometimes Temperance and Judgment in certain decks look very similar. This is a balancing out of the two different sides. So he said he was going to run on that, and yes, he is. He's balancing things out. He's blending the sides together in one big pot, one big America. Let's see where we're going. At the base of the reading, what he is stewing in, simmering. So what is it? Stewing? Stewing sounds like it's like, ooh. Simmering sounds like, maybe he's basking. No, that would be the top. Okay, sorry. Four Swords. This is a timeout card. This is a sickness card, an illness card. But in this deck, I mean, he doesn't look ill. He's not laying on a sarcophagus or a coffin. He's meditating. He's getting quiet. And it feels like it's more of a, let's keep the illnesses at bay with this. So he's like focused on staying healthy. That's kind of what I get with this card, right? It's like, let's just be healthy. Let's be on the right path. Let's do things right. That's what I'm getting with it. In the past, we have the Eight of Cups walking away. And this is a very emotional card. So was he ever thinking of walking away from this? I don't think so. I think this goes back a little further. I think it goes back to the first time when he didn't run with Hillary. Or not with Hillary, in 2016. He was walking away from sorrow, and that was when his son passed. He's had a lot of sorrow in his life. A lot. A lot. He certainly doesn't need the abuse of the MAGA crowd and this abuse of running for a national office, as this is pretty major. But he's doing it anyway. You know what problem? I was thinking about this earlier. Walking away from sorrow. Is it true? I think it is. Is it true that presidents cannot drive their own cars? Do you know how hard it is for him not to drive his Corvette? I'll drive it for him. Joe, let me borrow your car. Do you think he would? Do you think he'd trade one of my Lamborghinis for letting me drive his vet? I bet not. I'll give him 2 Lamborghinis. He still wouldn't let me drive it. At the top of the reading, I'm sorry. Let's go back to Joe Biden and his campaign. What's going on, Joe? How is this being run? What's her name? Julie Chavez Rodriguez. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. How's things going? At the top of the reading, what they are basking in. Celebration. I love this card for her because I think she's going to bring in a lot of female energy, which we desperately need. And it's celebration. Potential near future. And I'm just going to stop here because, unless it's a bad card, then I'll keep going. But because things are going to shift, things are going to change, things are going to move. Let's see. Things are coming together. The 2 of Cups. She's going to work really, really well, I feel, with Joe Biden. She's going to, again, with this reading, we have this Temperance and the 2 of Cups. Both of them are bringing in sides that are going to be beneficial for each other. They're not fighting with this. They're not saying, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. They're saying, what can we agree on and come together on this? So as we stand right now, with her just being tapped to take this job, she's going to bring people together in this campaign. I think it's going to be really good. She's going to be working with a lot of different people. And in her past job description, it said that she was working with state, local, and tribal officials. So I really feel if I just tap into her energy a little bit, which again, I don't want to, like with any other politician, but when I read her grandfather's name, it feels really strong that he is around her, super proud of her, saying, let's get some shit done. All right. Let's take a look at the Republicans. From what I read, just passed. Let me see what else. Oh, geez. Getting back to the Biden administration, the Republicans came back with a animated or a totally fabricated view of what the world would look like when if Biden is reelected. Just look at the world that we're in now and say, how does that make sense? Look what he's done. Look what he's done. Okay, sorry. I shouldn't have even gone there. So in the AP news, let's see if we can get the AP news, because I thought that there was the Republicans have come up with their, I don't know what it is. Come on. I don't know what my I don't know. I'm having such a hard time with electronics. I don't know what's going on. Go away. Go away.
This is AP News Minute.
I don't want that. There we go. I wish I had pause on here. Okay, well, I read that the Republicans finally got their budget together to give to Biden so that they could adjust the debt ceiling. And in it, I mean, it's a good start, right? For at least you got a budget for when we're doing the budget, not for the debt ceiling. And in it, what I glanced at, they said there's a lot of good things for the middle of the country, the Midwestern people. And Matt Gaetz was saying one of the things he was talking about was if you're getting government assistance, then you need to work more. And this is what I was ranting on, sparked my little rant about Matt Gaetz, whatever his name is. The people that are getting government assistance need the assistance because they can't work. Hello, hello, hello. But this privileged white guy thinks that, I mean, has he ever done a hard day's work? And he's probably come home and goes, man, that was really hard. Well, then just imagine, just do that every day for years and years and years. Wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, get out when it's like sub-freezing weather, get in your car, drive an hour to the foundry and work 9 hours, and then come home and do that again and again and again. Get up on the roof. Put roof material up on some of the roofs in Florida that are damaged from the hurricanes. Do that for a month. Jimmy Carter was out there. You could do it. Bless Jimmy Carter. Still hanging in there. What a light. All right. Let's just go into the sewer. 23 minutes. Let's look into how big of a deal is it going to be in this E.G. Carroll case? No, I'm sorry. I'm squirrel moment. Let's go back to this Republican budget. So McCarthy has tweaked it, so everybody's happy. Nobody's happy. Let's see. Cards aren't happy. They're not shuffling again. Let's see where. Is this going to pass? Let's just do a 4-1-1 on it real quick. 6 cards. To me, it's just an S show again. But at least he got something written down. That's a step in the right direction. 6 of Wands. Yay, he won. It's being covered by the Empress. And this is some new programs, something new, a birth of something. What is this? What is he giving birth to? Why did I just see the movie Aliens in my head? Three of Wands, Wish card, Nine of Cups. Well, we can just take this at face value. That is what he is basking in, the foolishness of it all. And again, I get, and the final outcome is the giving and receiving, the assistance. It feels like he's trying to give Biden something, but I mean, at least he did something. He got something on paper. Now we know what they're looking at, what they want to do. And, you know, there's a lot of things in there. A lot of the Midwest people, not a lot, but one of the provisions was something about ethanol. I think it was ethanol subsidies. Oh, we'll give you ethanol subsidies, but we won't give, you know, health care to you. Yeah. So it's a giving and receiving. So that's what happened. Is Biden, is it going to matter? Is it going to do anything? Is it going to play any kind of part? Now that this is there, will the Biden administration be able to raise the debt ceiling? Oh, just 3 cards, maybe. Yay! Okay. Oh, yikes! So I've always seen this. They're going to be, I think, the heartbreak that is looming. It's not going to go there. They are going to be successful in raising the debt limit, but it's not going to be smooth. It's going to have some hiccups. It's going to have some restrictions to it. Let's take a quick look at the economy. It's 28 minutes. I want to keep this shorter. Let's look at the economy in August. The U.S. economy in August. It didn't go anywhere. U.S. economy in August. U.S. economy. Come on, Danny. U.S. economy. Thank you. Okay, it's going to be a little. So please take your seasick medicine, some Bonine. Not that I like to push drugs on anybody. We have the Ten of Swords being stabbed in the back. But this deck that I chose, he's walking away from being stabbed in the back, which is good. So if I was using the Rider-Waite deck, I was going, the Republicans are stabbing us in the back. And if I was a Republican, I would say the Democrats are stabbing us in the back. But I'm not. I'm saying we are narrowly averting danger. We have the Ten of Pentacles, family, good, yay, and we have a new beginning. a new emotional start. We also got, as we go down and we're just telling the story with these cards, we got the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So there is some cutting here. I was going to say a new truth, but they're taking the sword to the economy a little bit, and I'm thinking debt limit, and they're trying to see which program they should cut. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. So they've got to make that decision, and they're going to come together to do that. So the economy is going to be good, not without its hiccups, and it all stems from that debt ceiling. Some programs that are going to be shaved or cut, or maybe they're on the chopping block, right, for the future budget. So, yeah. What else has happened since I was last on? Tucker. Did y'all see the movie? I know you guys think I must be obsessed with cars, and I kind of am, but not really. Tucker, the Man in His Dream with Jeff Bridges, the dude. And that's why where are Tucker's dreams right now? I don't know. He's got so much money that he'll be able to get another platform, right? And Tucker and Don Lemon. So if we had to take one off our side and one off their side, I think we won. So Tucker, is he going to get another platform? And is his voice going to be as big as it was? I don't think so. There's a lot of things that go on with, we're talking about Fox News, how it is, they may not need to pay up the whole $800 billion or 780 whatever million, because they have insurance policies. So what is the premium for Tucker Carl's insurance policy if he goes out on his own? He has enough money to pay it. No big deal. But who's going to take him back? He's been fired from every place he's worked. So let's use the hard truth cards real quick, and then I'm going to throw some for the collective. What is I just feel like he's gonna sit back just a little, but as he sits and goes, as he sits, he gets a little more angry, so he'll start coming out. You don't think he'll be on YouTube and challenging me? Oh my God. Don't subscribe to him. He'll see what real work is all about. Okay. Tucker Carlson. Now that you've gone, as we've said he would, and I said this before, I looked at a video. I did a video a year ago on him, and it said he was leaving. I said, is he going to run for president? I even asked that question. And I don't think he is. But I thought he could run for something. But not. I think we're closer to that. I don't think he's thinking of that right now. But that will be in his head in the future. Tucker Carlson, 6 cards, 411. What are you thinking? Let's do 3 and then let's push it out a couple of months. What are you thinking? Moving on. Six of Swords. Bye-bye. Moving on. The Chariot. Bye-bye. Tower moment. Things are crumbling down. Get out of the way. But to start something new, right? So he's tearing down the foundation. Well, the foundation crumbled. His foundation crumbled. Look at these cards. Oh my God. I mean, it's crazy. Would you like to be this guy? Moving on. Well, moving on to calmer waters. That's good. Chariot. You better be strong. And his foundation crumbled. So he's building. He could, if he chooses to, start something new. So let's see. Tucker Carlson. Can we look into the future? I was going to say 6, but I keep hearing 8 months. Whatever that is. 8 months into the future. What would that make it? 8 months. It'd be like January. I don't even know what time stream I'm in anymore. Tucker Carlson, 8 months ahead. Well, that flipped over. 10 of Cups. I don't know if it's at my spazzy hands or what. And this deck, the fountain deck, is really, it's big for my hands. So I love this deck, but I've always had a hard time shuffling. Tucker Carlson. What do you think? 8 months. Where are we? 9 of Coins. Why did I hear Swanson when I pulled this out? A little protected, listening to some people chirping in his ear, living in his little protective garden. He's got money. He doesn't need to do anything. He's just like, yeah. Everything's easy peasy. The Ace of Swords is covering this energy. So there is a new start to something, a new way forward, a new legal challenge. At the base of the reading is the Hierophant. He's looking into higher order, government, or is the government looking at him? Let's see. In the past, as it relates, this is his time at Fox. This is not physical, but it's his time at Fox as he went away. At the top of the reading, what is kind of overshadowing everything, we can take this two ways too. We could either take it as a new start like this, the Ace of Swords, new beginning, or we could take it like the Fool. He's taking a foolish leap, or he's just starting something new. Kind of just jumping in, not really looking where he's going. And in this deck, there is no dog warning him. At least I don't think there is. No dog. Just a lot of deep chasms that he can fall into. So what he's doing is, in this deck, is fairly risky wherever he's going with this. In the potential near future, Judgment. So, not going, well, let me just throw this out real quick. Internally, he's got the 6 of Coins. And in this deck, this is giving and receiving, but this is kind of like managing and hanging on to his money. This almost feels like the 4 of Pentacles in other decks. There's no giving. It's just all the web of money. And so that may be what people are looking at, his web of money ties. I'm not really getting that, but possibly. I mean, Wouldn't surprise me. Externally is the Knight of Cups. So, and again, I keep going back to other decks. The Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor, but False Knight, certainly. And in this deck, it's not very bright. It's not very colorful. And he's balancing something, some idea on his head. So he hasn't made his move yet. Hopes and fears. He hopes he doesn't have a glass heart. His fear is he has a glass heart. Feels like heartbreak. Hopes and fears. I hope I don't have a heartbreak. I fear I may have a heartbreak. And the final card is the Two of Pentacles. He's underwater, juggling. It could be money. I don't feel it is. I feel it's two different projects that he could go into. But he has to defend himself a lot with the Seven of Wands. And it's all about this stealing. The Seven of Wands, January 6th. I think he's going to be in more legal trouble than he thinks. So it's when I take this whole thing in stride, it feels like this underwaterness is, how do I stay out of legal trouble? Judgment card. So, all right, 42 minutes. I don't know why my videos go so long. I'm gonna do what some of the other readers do and read for 7 minutes. Yay! I'm gonna try that next time. All right. Well, if I wouldn't have squirrel moments, I'd be able to do it. Let's take a look at, let's use, what deck should I use? What deck? If I had this ready to go, we're going to do Return of Spirit because that's on my table. Return of Spirit. Joe Biden's return to the campaign trail. Just basking in that. I actually had a pretty good phone call with my Republican hillbilly redneck toothless brother. He's calling me one of those, what did he call me? I didn't even pay attention, so I can't remember. Some California liberal, whatever. And I called him by his full YouTube name. He laughed. I asked him what he thought of the firing of Tucker Carlson, and he kind of sidestepped it. It wasn't like a big deal. Yeah, whatever. Okay. He goes, I don't watch news. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What do we need to know as we go through this eclipse season, this time, this just craziness? We've got a lot of Trump news coming up, a lot of E.G. Carroll. I feel like that is bigger than anything. But it's just going to play out, and it's just going to be one reveal after another, one high after a low, after a high, after a low, just this roller coaster. So what do we need to hear from you? Return to Spirit. What do we need to hear from you? Take flight. Nice. I love these cards because you could meditate on this and just dig into it. What does this mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? That looks to me like it's a heart. Oh, look at all the hearts. Then I look at all the hearts and then I look, oh, there's a club. What does that mean? Yeah, okay. Manifest. Once again, you can look at this card and go deep, deep, deep into it. What are we thinking about? What are we manifesting? What we think about, we bring in, right? And I said this in the video that didn't go up. When I pulled these cards, it's all about, and I say this all the time, so for me, it's all about getting outside and grounding and being in one, letting go of the clickbait, artificial intelligence derived news. And the last card, who are you going to believe? This looks like a praying mantis. Who are you going to believe? What's the truth? Is it the news feed? Is it the artificial intelligence giving us the truth? How do we discern the truth? And if we step into our heart space, right up there, if we step into that heart space and actually take flight in our heart space and soar and think about what we want to bring in, and if we make decisions based on our heart, not our head, then we will get a sense of what is true, what is not, what is knowledge, what is not. All right, that's it. That's all I got. I'm done. Taking flight. Y'all should be too. You should be turning me off right now. Turn off. Oh, but I'm giving away $1 million. Oh, you guys are gone? Dang. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love.